Welcome to Do I Need This? We're two millennial moms figuring it out in real time.
This is a mix of shopping, life, and chaos. From impulsive buys to real conversations we usually keep to ourselves.
So the question is, do you need this or something more? Hi everyone, welcome back to Do I Need This? I am Jen.
And I'm Alexa.
And we're so happy to have you guys back. It is Friday here where we are, which is a little later in the week than we normally record, but exciting because we're jumping into the weekend. I have already started drinking, so I pre-gamed this episode, so you never know where.
I love this for you. I wish I would have done the same, but I
Yes.
just came home from work, so.
Yes, I had the day off, so I took a PTO day and spent the day on the boat, and
Nice.
we did all kinds of things. But I don't know if you've heard, but there's wildfires in Canada right now.
I did hear.
So it is so hazy here. It's
Yeah.
like so peculiar looking outside. Like it looks
It's
weird.
like
Like
orangey color, like yellowish, right?
yeah,
Or whatever.
it's like
I
the
saw that.
sun is out, but when you're outside, it just like seems like something bad is going
Yeah, like
down. So
hazy. Yeah.
yeah, and it smells bad. Like it's just I can't imagine what it's like in Canada because it's just crazy here. So I mean, and even in New York City, I don't know if you've seen, like you can't even
I
see the
did.
buildings because of the haze. So
I was going to tell
luckily
you,
it's not.
I saw the pics of New York and that looks nasty.
Yeah, so we're dealing with a little bit of that. But besides that, excited for the weekend. Hopefully we'll have a little bit nicer of the weather here soon. But
Good.
you just got back from your vacation, so
I
tell us about your
did.
vacay. How was it? Do you feel refreshed?
I do. I'm not going to lie. I do feel great. I feel rested. But I wanted to talk about something that I don't know if enough people recognize or talk about. When you go on vacation, whether you have little kids or, preteens and teenagers, it's so much fucking work. You know what I
Oh my
mean?
gosh.
Especially, and this year was different because they're not little anymore. My kids are teenagers and a preteen. But nobody talks about the fucking chair, the beach bag, you've got to take the sunblock, you've got to take this, you got to take that. Then by the time that we sat down, and it wasn't even that far a walk from the house that we were staying but I'm like, I'm exhausted. I'm
I
exhausted
know.
because I use a bog bag, which I love bog bags, but they're a
Same. I
little
have one
heavy.
too.
They're a little
They do get
heavy.
a little.
Right? So with the 5 towels, because no one can take their own towel, with the
No,
5
literally.
towels, plus the sunscreen, plus the hats, and then you gotta take off your shoes when you get to the sand. I was exhausted.
Oh my
So
gosh,
I'm
it's
like,
a full workout before you
it
even
is a
sit down.
workout. So I'm like, shit, you know what? It was amazing. We had a great time. I don't want to seem ungrateful. We had a phenomenal family time. The family that we went with was so much fun too. But you end up tired and you got to lug back the chairs. You got to wash off the sands. Like
Oh my
it's a
gosh.
lot of
And
work.
there's
So
sand in every crevice and
everything.
spot on your body, and like you can't just like rinse off. You gotta scrub
No.
yourself down. It's like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
non-negotiable.
So listen, unless you're staying at a place where they're taking care of you and tending to you or every move. It's a lot of work, but we had a
Yeah.
great time. It was nice. We literally sat by the beach and just enjoyed the water. It was 1,000,000 degrees. It's the
Oh my
hottest
god.
it's ever been. Like we would go to breakfast in the mornings, and by the time that we were back, we would walk. Like everything is a walking distance in Siesta Key. You were drenched. It was
Yeah.
insane. So,
It's
but nonetheless, we had a great time. It was nice to be with the family and just disconnect from work and stuff.
yeah, and it's that same thing of like you need a vacation after a vacation, which
Yeah,
like I'm
yeah.
gonna need like 3 to 6 months to recover from this trip that I'm on, so I get it, I get it. And it's also just, like, when you're not home,
Yeah,
you don't have, like you bring as much stuff as you can, but then at some point, you're just like, "I don't care anymore. If I need it, I'll
right.
buy it," and I
Correct.
know that's not a great mindset, but then you're just, like,
I can't pack
inundated with
one more thing.
everywhere. Yeah, like, you're
Right.
just I don't wanna bring any other item, like, so you don't have, like, the right hair care and skincare, and it just ends up being such a clusterfuck, which is why I love to be home.
Same, same. Listen, I took like 2 extra days off, once I got here. So that was nice to kind of acclimate and get back home. And I'm psychotic. I unpack the same day I get home. By the time like we got home maybe around 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock that night, everything was washed, all the bags were put away. I understand that that's some sort of illness, but if I don't do it, then I'll wait 3 months. And then it's either
Yeah.
either 0 to 100. So we
Yeah, there's
did
2
that.
types of people, and there's
Hmm.
you, and then there's me, and the Easter eggs are still in my bedroom in the Easter egg bin to go up either into my attic or my neighbor's attic for the neighborhood Easter egg hunt, so if that speaks on how much I unpack and put things away, I mean, at this point, I might as well just keep them down till
I
next.
was going to say, you're prepared for next year.
Exactly, so and it's funny because we touched on this, just you and I, earlier today because, you just renewed your certification,
I
and
did.
there are 2 types of people in this world. There are you who renews her certification on the very first day it's eligible for renewal. You
Yes.
have put in your stuff, you have everything ready. And then there's me at 11:59 the night before finishing up my last CEU where I've spent the previous 48 hours sitting and watching nonstop continuing education videos because I'm that behind on my continuing education credits.
Yeah.
So there's 2 types of people, you know?
There's and that's why we get along so well. But no, I
Exactly.
realized it today. I was like, what mental illness is this that it's
I know,
day
like,
1?
what does that speak to? Just your is it your it's like your in your ability to be in control of the situation and of like that is something that you can have control of. And then
Maybe
for me, is it that I've procrastinated before and therefore I know that it works out so
it
that they
works, yeah.
can continue to do it? Like, I'm confused on, like, what I get yours, but it's like, where does mine come from? Like, why
Yeah,
am I
but mine comes from I'm so terrified of losing this certification that I'm like, what if the computer shut down the night before that I have to recertify and I've waited and now the BACB's website crashes and I can't upload my
which it
shit
does
like
often.
oh so often. So and I was like, no, today I got the email like, hey, you can recertify. I'm like, hold my beer. No problem. Let's go.
Oh my
Let's do
gosh.
this. So
I'm
it's
jealous
done.
of that.
I've
You know
got
what? That might be a goal of mine, you know?
okay.
I gotta see when I recertify.
You don't even know. Oh my God. I
Let's
have it
hope
on a
it hasn't
calendar.
passed. No,
No.
I think I'm in a year.
Okay. You have
So
time.
so yeah, I think I got time. I got time. It's fine.
You're good. You're good. You're good. By your
We're
standards, you're
fine.
fine. Me, I'm like,
But
do
yeah,
your
oh my god.
CEUs tonight, please.
I know. No, I actually really should get on that, but that's another problem for another day.
We're good. It's summer.
But so you had a great vacation,
I
you
did.
feel rejuvenated.
I
Did
did.
you read any good books on the beach? Any recommendations for that?
No, I actually, funny enough, I didn't read on the beach because I read so much like during my regular life that I was like, no, I want to enjoy the water. I want to be out here.
Mhm.
I want to be like on the sand. I want to be. So I did listen to a couple podcasts and stuff, my episodes of Crime Junkie and,
Love it.
Giggly Squad and whatnot. And I drank. I had a couple of, what did I have?
Yes.
High noons. We had some high noons on the
Oh, we love
beach.
a high noon.
So, yes, it was nice to do that. But mainly, honestly, just had good conversation with the people that I was with and watching the kids play. Like my kids don't normally play together, right? There's really not
I
a lot of
love
time
that.
for that. And they were on the beach, they were playing soccer, they were playing volleyball. So I was kind of just soaking it in and then
Yeah,
getting
enjoying it.
emotional. Like, I
I
don't know.
know.
It was nice. I had a great time. But then I have to tell you what happened to me when I got home. I haven't even told you this because I wanted to save this for the pod. Because now I feel like I can't tell you anything because I'm
I
gonna ruin
know, and
everything.
we're in this, like, this weird thing where we're like, we wanna tell each other things, but then we don't because we're like but then I also have a horrible memory, so then I'm like, I just either forget it, so I'm like, maybe I don't know. But yes,
Oh,
tell me.
okay. So unrelated to the vacation. Before we left to the vacation, I got my okay, let me go back. I bought my son a computer for college like about, I don't know, 6 weeks ago at Best Buy. And I did the Best Buy credit card, which didn't have before. So I was like, oh, whatever, no interest for a year, pay off the laptop, no big deal. I'm just like I said that I was type A for my recertification, I'm the kind of person that if like my bill comes today, like I will pay it like immediately. Like that's just
Mhm.
who I am. So I'm waiting for the card to get here and it's been like a couple days. And I tell my husband, I'm like, it's been 10 days. Like the credit card should already be here. And he's like, I don't know, maybe call, whatever. I call Best Buy. They're like, oh no, absolutely. The card should have been. It was mailed to you like 2 days after you got it. It's been now almost 20 days. Let's cancel the one that you have. We'll send you a new one. Mind you, during this time, I'm not getting any alerts. No purchases have been made. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I came out unscathed. It just got lost in the mail. No big deal. I get back from the vacation, the new card is here. I go set up the payments, I go activate it, and I go online and I'm like, wait a minute. The computer was a specific amount, and that is like a lot more than that. Like, what is going on? So
Mhm.
I look closely. There was about $980 worth of charges, like 5 days after I guess I would have received the card. So
Oh, no.
yeah, so right away, I'm like, that's literally what I came home to in the middle of, like, unpacking and all that. So I'm like, "Okay, no big deal. We can fix this." Like, no big deal. So I called Best Buy because that's who I thought I should be calling, and I get this person on the phone, and they go through all my stuff, like, my information. I first of all, to get him, I had to press, like, a million buttons. I had to scream
Yeah.
representative, 25,000. So I'm already pissed. I'm already, like, in a bad mood. So he comes on the line, and he asks me all these questions. I tell him the entire story. And then he's like, "Yeah, no, I can't help you. It's not us. It's not Best Buy." I'm like, "Well, then who the fuck is it? Like, if it's not Best Buy, who's gonna help me?" He's like, "No, you have to call Card because it's a Visa. So you have to call like Citibank or whatever and go through them." I'm like, "Awesome. Can you transfer me? Because I like,
Yeah.
don't you work with them?" He's like, "Yeah, no, you've got to call again." So now I've lost like 30 minutes of my life. I call Card, whatnot. Go through the whole thing, but this one's harder to get to a person. I'm literally saying they're like, what are you calling about?" I'm like, "Fraud. Fraud." And I'm like yelling fraud and they can't understand me. My husband comes in the room, he's like, "What the
Operator.
fuck?" No, at this point I'm like, "Representative." Mind you, I know I have an accent. I'm aware, but I'm like, I think I say fraud pretty clearly. Could not for the life of me. So like 10 minutes in, after pressing zero like 51 times, they get me to someone. I tell them the whole story. She's like, well, right away, she was very condescending. She's like, well, I don't really understand because that card should have been like, should have gotten to you on like the 15th of June and you called June 25th. And I'm like, okay, well, because I hadn't gotten the card. And she's
Correct.
like,
You're like, "Yes,
yeah,
you're correct."
yeah, that's when I called. And she's like, I don't know. I'm going to have to transfer you to the other fraud department. So at this point, I am like livid. I am losing my shit. I'm trying to not lose my shit with her because I know it's not really her fault. So they transfer me to now some other fraud unit, like that literally felt like I was being transferred to the FBI. Another lady comes on the phone. I have to give the whole explanation again. And this bitch, because there's no other fucking word for her, was like, "Oh, I have a couple questions for you. Did you call the police?" No, I didn't call the police. I called you because why would I
Police
call
have better
the
things
police?
to do right now than be.
Miami Police Department is busy and I
Yes.
didn't call them. And
Have
she's
you
like, "Well,
seen the
what
news?
have you seen Miami?" So she's like, where's your mailbox?" I'm like, "In front of my house." "Is it locked?" I'm like, "No." How long have you lived there?" I'm like, "Why are you asking me these questions?" She's like, "It just doesn't make sense that you didn't call right away and then the charges were made before you called." And I'm like, "Are you trying to say that I don't know. What are you trying to say?" I've never had this problem with a credit card when things like this have happened.
Yeah, they're usually
Long
pretty
story
good about that.
pretty good. An hour passes, whatever. I keep talking to this lady and she's like, "Okay, we're gonna look into it." Whatever. Long story short, they did go ahead and like not, I'm not responsible for the charges. There's a whole investigation. But I was so pissed after that this took an hour and like 20 minutes, and she made me feel like it was my fault that my mailbox is not locked, that who else has access to my mailbox? Have I had
Are you
any other
even
fraud?
allowed to lock your mailbox?
I don't think so unless
Like,
you live
who
like
would
in an
have the
apartment
key?
complex, right? Like, how do
Yeah.
you do that? Whatever. I was so pissed. Carlos kept checking in on me like, "Are you good?" I'm like, "No. No, I'm not good." Like, so anyways, all of that to say that I hope whoever stole my fucking credit card gets this psycho whatever diarrhea thing because that was not nice.
Yes.
And whatever. I'm hoping that I'm not going to be responsible for it, but now it's just under investigation.
Like, it's always something. Just when you think, like,
Fuck.
something's gonna be easy, there's always gotta be, like, some other shoe to drop with it, and it's like, you
Yeah.
just wanna buy your kid his damn computer for school, like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, and I'm not even gonna get into what they bought, but I'm like, "Do you think I bought that? Do you think I bought that? Absolutely not. I did not." But whatever. Point is that all this time, like, I was talking to myself, like, "Don't get mad, don't get mad." And I'm like, "No, I have the right to get mad." First of all, the lady was reading a script, and I get it. That's her job. But I'm like, I don't know, by the end of the conversation, I'm like, "No, Susan, I didn't lock my mailbox." Like, "No, I didn't call the police." Like, I'm not trying to be rude to her, but it's like, I was so pissed. But anyways, I digress. Everything's gonna be fine, but I think credit card companies should do a little better. Like, I
Yeah,
wouldn't be
let's
wasting my time if I would've.
yes. We don't wanna call and be on hold
No,
for
I don't wanna
7
talk to
hours in the
anyone.
day. Like, at this point, like, you're like, "How much was the charges? Do I need to just pay it at
Uh,
this point?"
Honestly, I was like, "You know what? Is it that bad?" But I'm like, "No, on principle, I'm
No,
not going to, especially because of what they bought." I
exactly.
will tell you off camera what they bought, and then I'll tell you why I wouldn't pay for
Well, I am glad to hear that hopefully
it.
that's all getting resolved
Hey,
and
let's hope.
that can yeah. I'm having an interesting time here, and I
Okay.
know, like, I should not be complaining, and I'm not complaining, and I've been saying it's been a little difficult, but I'm noticing some of the things that, as my son has gotten older, what I feel
Mhm.
like when he was younger, it was like a little different vibe with my dad and seeing how he was different with like little babies and toddlers. And now that Caleb's a little bit older, I'm starting to see some of the parenting
Mm.
techniques come out that I wouldn't say are necessarily favorable.
Okay.
So, that being said, I had to have a long talk with my dad because I have to remind him that he is 5 and he is a child and he doesn't do anything, out of malice, and he is navigating the world, and a lot of the times, the adult in charge of said child is my father, and he
Mm.
hasn't been adulting and parenting. So I'm like, listen, you can't be getting mad and you're not going to sit here and yell at my kid. Like, that's
Right.
not going to be what happens here. It's one thing if you
Mhm.
yelled at me as a kid, right? Like, I got my own shit now, I got to work through
Mhm.
that on my own. But like, you're not about to do that to my kid. So we're having a little we're butting heads a little bit, but we have very good
Okay.
communication and I can
That's
like
good.
put him in his place, which is good. And my sister called the other day and she said, um, she goes, to my dad, "Are you doing better?" And he's like, "What do you mean am I doing better?" And then he goes, "That's right, I'm on Jen's shit list." And I said, "Yeah,
Yeah.
you are on my
Yeah,
shit
you are.
list right now. So you better step up a little bit." But I'm happy to report that my husband, Matt, is here.
Yes,
So I have
Matt.
a little reprieve of parenting, which is nice. And that has been really good. Caleb is in heaven and we're just doing like all fun things. I like finally feel like we're like on vacation and just like doing fun things. But
That's
I have
nice.
one more week of my summer vacation.
Okay.
I will leave next Saturday and be home next Sunday. One more
Yes.
week, and I keep telling myself I'm doing it for the memories, and these are the memories that, like, he's gonna have,
Yes,
and
absolutely.
he's gotten to do surf camp and zoo camp and beach camp and all
No,
kinds of
he's
camps
living the
and
life.
things.
He's
Yeah,
living the
so
life. Yeah.
it's funny the things that, like, you do for your kids
Mhm.
and, this is no sacrifice, let me tell you. I'm not sacrificing much here. I'm no martyr, but it is, it's hard to be out of your environment and
Of
into
course.
a place that it's not your own. So I'm working through that and trying to also look at my childhood things too and say like, "Listen, this is
Mhm.
parenting is different now, we do things differently, and you gotta change your behavior too because it's not cool." So, that's a little bit of what I've been dealing with on
Yeah. But I love that you have that opportunity to be able to talk to your dad and, and give him that feedback and that he sounds like he's taking it, right? Because like how many of us either didn't get that opportunity to tell our parents like maybe what didn't work and or maybe don't have a parent that's open to the feedback. So I'm
Mhm.
glad that you're having that conversation with your dad.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely, like, in the moments certain situations have happened, and he's been, like either the kids, like, got into his stuff, and he's,
Yeah,
like, pissed, and he wants to, like, freak out, but then there's, like I have to tell him, I'm like, "They don't know what is a toy and not a toy," you know? Like, they're literally little kids, they don't have a sense of and my niece is here too, so, like, they don't
right.
have it they're together, they're just being kids, you know?
Mhm.
So it's a hard thing for him to and, you know, it's, like, even still me as an adult, you know, it's like I have those traits of, like, people pleasing, of trying to not, you know, make mistakes either in front of my parents or whatever to
Right.
try to, like, inherently have that, like, people pleasing factor. So it's definitely a thing, but,
Yeah.
um, I just yeah, it's just, you know, 4 weeks is maybe too long.
You can reevaluate next summer.
Yes, and I miss the girls at Free People too. I just, like
I'm sure
I
you
miss,
do.
like, you know, I miss all the I just miss my day to day. I miss my
And
bed, my
Marley,
shower.
you must miss
I
Marley
know!
too.
Oh my god, I miss my dog so much, like,
Aw,
he's thriving, he's with my mom right now, and he's been with my mom for, like, 2 weeks because,
okay.
Matt, like, had a bunch of things for work, and so she's like, "Let me just take him," and she has a dog his age, and they're best friends, but my mom, like, calls
That's
me every
sweet.
morning and FaceTimes me, but I'm like, "I'm ready to be home," so we'll have,
I
like, a
get it.
good 2.5 weeks. We start school early, I don't know, I think you guys start a week after us,
When do you
um,
guys start? The
like,
6th?
the 10th? Or maybe we start at the same time, the
Okay. I
10th?
think we
Is that
start the 13th. We always start, like, on a
okay.
random Thursday and go for 2
Okay,
days and then
so we start that Monday then,
okay.
but then, like, our teacher meet the teacher is, like, the 4th or 5th or something like that, so I'm excited for that, but this is kindergarten, this is, like, my
Oh,
baby's
such a
1st year.
milestone.
I know, like, 1st
Oh,
year of school, and then I asked him, like, "Which backpack do you want?" Because last year I got him, like, this cute Pottery Barn Kids Mickey
mhm.
backpack, and he's like, "I want a Minecraft backpack." I'm like,
Oh.
"You've never even played Minecraft. Like, how do you even know what it is?" Like and I'm like, have I already lost, like, picking out the things, like, cute things for
Aw.
my kid at kindergarten?
He's like, "Mom, I want a Supreme backpack, okay?"
Yeah, like, I'd rather the Supreme than the Minecraft.
Oh, man. Well, we move our son on the 15th. Well, the 16th is move-in date, so
Oh my
we head
gosh.
up to Tallahassee on the 15th of
Oh my
August, so
gosh.
yep.
That's gonna be hard,
It
but
is, it is. I don't know how I'm gonna do on the way back. I think on the way there, it's fun. I'm excited. I'm gonna help set up
yeah,
his room, all that good stuff. And then I keep thinking about the drive back since it is such a long drive. It's about 7 to 8 hours. I'm like,
my gosh, on a good
what am I
day.
gonna do? Am I gonna
Ugh,
cry? No, I don't want to cry the whole time. Like, do we talk about it? Do we just, I don't know. I don't know that
I
I'm gonna be
know.
okay.
Listen, don't call me.
No, because no, no. Actually, I should call you because we'll just talk about other stuff.
I
But
no, you could call Mel though, because 'cause she'll be there. Is she gonna
she's
go with
gonna go
you?
with me.
Okay.
She's
Oh,
gonna go
well,
with me.
she'll be there rubbing your back. She's like a good friend in moments like that, and I'm the
She
one
can
with, like, the
do.
broom that's like, "You're fine, you're
Stop,
fine."
stop crying. Stop crying. Stop doing that. No, it'll be
No.
fun, but he's so
It'll
excited.
be it will be so exciting, and times are different now, it's not like, you know, when we went away to school, we didn't really talk to our parents that much, and I
Yeah.
feel like these days and you guys have such a good open relationship, he's gonna be calling, texting you, sending you pictures, telling you all the
Yeah.
things, you know, like, it's gonna be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. No, he's so excited that I can't help but to be excited when I see him like that. So
Yeah.
we'll see. But yeah, so many things happening. Mm.
I know, it's, like, all these different milestones, it's cool to see your kids taking these different milestones and then here, like, I'm in the beginning, but also,
You're
like, knowing
starting.
that it's like this, you
So
know,
quick.
like, it
Yeah.
will be and I already just look at Caleb and I'm like, "You're not like a little kid anymore, like, you're just like a
Yeah.
kid now. Like, you're
Yeah.
not a
Yeah. Yeah.
toddler, you're not a little kid, you're just like a kid that, like, does, like, kid shit," you know?
He doesn't even have like baby fat anymore
I
in his
know, I can, like,
pictures.
see his little ribs now, like, he's just, like he's growing into himself, he's getting,
Yeah.
like, lankier and, you know, it's just, like, the weirdest I don't know, the
We're
weirdest,
such
weirdest
moms.
things.
We're like,
I
"We're not
know,
gonna talk about our kids." Let's talk about our kids. Like
I know. Well, I saw this meme, and this rings true that I may be a mom, but I'm still a dumb bitch, and I
Hell
wanna
yeah.
so
I'm in. That's
it's
my club.
yeah,
Oh my gosh.
it's fine, but yeah, overall, things are going good here. I have done some shopping.
Oh, okay. What you
Um,
got?
so I have, well, my stepsister works for Sephora, so let me preface
What?
that.
Oh, I don't
Yes.
think I knew that.
Yes. So,
Okay.
I've been doing quite a lot of Sephora shopping,
Okay, what did you
and
get?
I'm here to report this was a "Do I need this?" item a couple weeks ago,
Okay.
and I'm here to report it is an 8,000,000,000,000,000% needed item,
Okay.
and it is any of the Cyclair products. Have you heard of this brand?
I have not.
It's Cyklar, and if I didn't have it on a "Do I
Uh-huh.
need this?" it was on a "Do I need this?" list that maybe I hadn't mentioned,
Okay. Okay.
and they are, like, higher end body soaps, body oils, body lotions, I wanna say, like, perfumes.
Ooh.
I went into Sephora and I'm like a vanilla girly. I like
Mhm.
vanilla. I am very gourmand. And I was like fully intending to buy the vanilla smell because I love vanilla lotions.
Yeah.
I smelled their Santal. It's like
Oh,
in
I
a
love
dark
Santal.
brown, like maroon bottle. I immediately bought the
Okay.
that one. It smells heavenly. It's the and the moisturizing effect of it
Okay.
lasts so long. I only bought the lotion, but people swear by the body wash, and
Mhm.
I'm absolutely obsessed. I'm like, I people have stopped me being like, "What are like, is that a perfume that you're wearing?" Like,
Nice.
it's such a nice, like, base too to, layer different perfumes. I've been
Yeah.
layering the Dead Cool Extra Milk, which I love.
Mhm.
I ended up getting which this was a "Do I need this?" item, Leah Katab's, scent from, Skylar, which I know I'm saying Cyclair, but I think this is Skylar,
Okay.
and, um, it's like an almond cake scent,
Oh,
so, like,
that's nice.
that layered with that has been phenomenal. I'm obsessed with it.
Okay.
And then, recently I've been, did I talk about this already? I don't think I did. The Merit Great Skin. Did I talk about
No,
this?
I don't think you
Okay.
did. I love
So,
Merit.
that's what I'm wearing right now. No foundation, just the Merit Great Skin. It's an oil.
Okay.
And you just, like, kinda, like, warm it up in your hands, like, you pump 2 pumps, warm it up in your hands, kind of press it into your skin. So right
Mhm.
now, like, all I'm wearing is that and then the Refi watercolor blush that you
Looks good.
recommended that
Yes, that I
was your
love.
"Do I need this?" that you
Yes.
got, and then I got it in the acai color, which is actually typically for, like, a darker skin tone than mine, but I wanted more of, like a bronzier red, and just, like, using a little bit goes a long way. So that's,
Yeah.
like,
I love
been
that color.
my summer skincare routine. It's just,
I
like,
love it.
this face oil, a little bit of that, eyebrow gel, mascara, and
And
then
you're
done.
good to go. Yeah, because 'cause you're, like,
Mhm.
always by the beach or you're yeah, it looks that's
Yeah.
perfect.
So those are, like that is my recommendation of, so I've been on my Sephora shit, and that's my
Okay.
I've been obsessed with it, and I don't know, I'm just, like, all about, like, smelling good lately, like, feeling the I don't know,
I
all of
love
that.
that. Okay, I need links for everything so
Yes.
I can get stuff. I haven't done much shopping. The shopping I've done is for college dorm stuff, so it hasn't really been that exciting. I got a really good air fryer for my son. We got like sheets, like yeah,
I
nothing
love
too
it.
exciting, but
I
it's
love
fun
it.
shopping for someone else, so it's cool.
No, I love that. I had on my do I need there's something I wanna talk about. I'm
Okay.
glad I opened my notes. Okay. I wanted to talk about this last week, and I forgot. And I know you don't watch this, but Love Island just ended.
Yes, it did.
So, there's, like, a lot of there's not a lot of discourse, but, Love Island, I have to talk about how this is a social experiment, I feel as though.
Mhm.
It is such an interesting thing. We're watching this stupid fucking show. I can't even tell you how dumb and I watch The Housewives, and this show is so fucking dumb. It is
Okay.
so stupid, and it's addicting. It's like crack in my veins, and, we're watching this. It airs every single day except one
Oh, it's
day.
every day?
every day except one day. One of the
Okay.
days is like an after show, but for the
Okay.
most part, it's airing every single day, and you're almost watching it in real time. Like, it's like a
Mhm.
couple days behind, so they're editing it really quick and turning it around. Because then in addition to that, they're having, like, the audience vote, and it's crazy because first thing is, as this is happening, social media is so involved in this, people
Okay.
will find, like, okay, this girl, they see that she's like a bombshell. Do you know the
Mhm.
premise of the show?
Yes, because the boys were watching it on vacation, and then I
Mhm.
got, like I got, like, a little summary of it, so
Yeah.
yeah.
So, they're
Mhm.
just, like, trying to find love, but really they just
Mhm.
want Instagram followers, like, it's, whatever.
Mhm.
So they'll, like, have a bombshell come in, and then someone will find, like, an old video of a person who's been, like, making racist comments or something, and then all of a sudden, the next episode, it's like, blah, blah, blah has left the villa because, like, the producers have to remove them
Right.
because they're like,
Okay.
they
Because whatever
can't
they
have them
found.
on the show. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it's like the public is so involved in this. So, this is I wanna, my suggestion for next year
Okay.
Love Island
Okay.
is they're treating the show almost like the Hunger Games,
Okay.
and I want, like, let the audience, like, send a how you could, like, in the Hunger Games, like, send a ointment for the person hurt in the
Okay.
Hunger Games, like, I almost wanna, like, send, a pair of a new bathing suit to, whatever, or vote to
Right.
get this one a
Okay.
pedicure. I mean, not that I'm not saying they need any of that, but it's like, it's so funny, like, how involved this audience is and how involved that, like, the producers, like, change based on, like, what social media is doing. It's, like,
Yeah, yeah.
truly the
It
weirdest
has to be.
fucking social experiment.
It
I
has to
can't get
be.
over it. It's such an odd thing, and then imagine these people come out of it. They've
Mhm.
been it's, like, almost Big Brother-esque, and then they come out, they have no idea, like, the
What's
edits that were
happened?
done.
Oh,
So they're, like,
okay.
walking into and they come out, they have, like, 1.2 million followers on Instagram. There's all these, like, edits of them, and like, you don't know also, like,
What's out there?
what the people have seen too. You know what
Okay.
you said and all of that, so it's really interesting, and that's just my take on Love Island. Like, I don't know that I'll be watching next year, but it's almost like it's part of the zeitgeist that I almost, like,
Yeah.
have to watch and be involved because I'm like, I just wanna know what the girlies are talking about, but that's my suggestion is Love Island producers, let's make this a little bit more of the Hunger
Interactive?
Games, and we can
Okay.
like, let us send some chocolate-covered strawberries to the girly pop that we're loving, you know? So,
I
it's a
love
weird
this.
thing.
I love that you're so involved because I saw it real time with okay, so the family that we went with has 2 teenagers, and then my boys
Okay.
were there, and then, Lisette, who's the mom, she watches it. So, we would get back from the beach, we would get back from dinner, because I think it's, like, at 9 or something or other, and we
Yeah.
would be done with our day, everybody would, like, go to the living room area, and they would all be watching, and it was everybody was very, very invested in what was going on. I did see, like, a snippet of an episode where they had to transfer things from their mouth to the other partner. Did you see that? Where,
Okay,
like
so that is my biggest thing with it is the show is fucking disgusting, and
so gross.
apparently the UK version is like
Is
I don't
worse?
no, 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 it's better. Like, they're not making out and licking each other's toes and doing nasty things, like, we don't wanna see that either. I don't know what the producers think we wanna see because it is not that, I'll tell you that much. We don't
That was so gross.
it's weird, to like, making it and then they're, like, eating each other's faces. It's, like, too much. It's like, "No, no, no, we wanna see them have conversations, have
Yeah.
real conversations, go get to know these people, go" I don't know, like, it doesn't have to be, like, Survivor-esque, but just, like, don't it doesn't have to be so sexual that it's disgusting. Like,
It was
it's
so gross, and the girl or the guy, I don't remember who it was, put, like, mayo in their mouth, and they had to spit it
ugh,
into the other I
ugh.
was like, "I have to go. I can't watch this.
Yeah. No, 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 no.
This is not
Agreed,
family."
agreed. I think that's disgusting too, and, like I said, the whole show is so stupid, like, I'm
You're
not
not
even but
defending it. It's stupid, but you watched.
yeah, but I did watch it. I did watch it, and I pushed through, and I have a couple suggestions for the producers, and I think,
Hey,
like,
if they
if we're
happen
gonna
to
make
be
this like
listening,
yeah, if we're gonna make this like the Hunger Games, then, like, let us
let's
send
go.
a treat, let us send a bone for somebody, you know? So, it's a It is just a funny it's a funny I don't know. It's just weird. The whole thing is so weird, but everyone's watching it, and I'm like, "I wanna
Yeah.
be involved in the convo," you know?
I know, I contemplated, but then I think I was too late, and then I'm like, "Maybe next
And
season," or however
honestly,
that
you
works,
fall off for, like, 1 minute, you fall off
and you
for
miss a bunch of
3
shit.
3 nights, you're 3 and a half. You're, like, 5 hours behind. So it's like you
Oh my
really
gosh.
can't, and so it was hard, but I did push through. I did stayed on the whole Love Island summer, and it's like I've watched the past 2 years, and the
Okay.
first year I watched 2 years ago, which is the girl I said, Leah, whose perfume I
I
bought,
love
she was
Leah,
from.
yes, I
I
remember her.
love
Yeah, yeah.
her. I love her. That season was iconic. Like they Oh, that was so good, and even last season was pretty good too, but this season, it was fine. Like, it's
Yeah.
not I mean, nothing to, like, write home about, but it's again, one of the girls, the guy was horrible to her, and she picked him anyway, and it's like,
Oh, that's
"Come
terrible.
on, girlfriend," like,
Do
you're
better,
and
do
her
better.
and their parents come, and the parents or mom is, like, crying to her, telling her, like, "Don't, like, you deserve someone better," and she's like, "I gotta see this through." I'm like, "You don't, you really, really
Why?
don't."
Oh my god, I'm
Like, if
no,
you think
I'm
he's gonna be, like, this good when, people aren't watching him? Like, what do you think?
and
But
they stay together? I know Leah was with one of the guys, I think she's
he's
still with
still with
him,
him.
right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think she didn't win, but the girl, who won, they're still together, and
okay.
I think just her and Leah and Miguel are still together from that season. Um, and not a lot of people I don't know if anybody's together from last season. It's stupid, it's a dumb show. That's just I just had to bring it up because it's part of the culture and,
I get it.
we're
No, and
culturistas.
we no, honestly, we are, and just in case there's a producer from Love Island listening,
Yes.
here's some
You kn
feedback.
exactly, let us, put some more polls in there. I wanna vote on sending something, so,
Okay, I'm in.
but
Okay.
that was something I wanted to bring up last week, and I forgot to talk about it, so I had to bring that up, and then this is something that I have on my "Do I need this?" And tell me if you've heard of this product before. It's called the Nod Pod. Have you heard of this?
Why have I heard of that? Yes, what is that?
So, it is a weighted eye mask.
Yes, 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 yes. I think Diana has it, and she's talked to me about it.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Does she like it?
I think if I'm not mistaken, I heard her talking about it, and she loves it.
Okay, I'm sure she's gonna hear this and then text me immediately after
Yeah, yeah.
because after she listens to our episodes, she always, like, sends me running notes lists of, like, "You need to try this. You gotta do this."
I'm pretty sure
So
it
the
was her. Yeah.
So I'm also my sleep score has taken, like, a very big dip according to my Aura Ring,
Okay.
and that is likely because 'cause I'm here, but also just generally, like, my sleep health hasn't been great, so I wanna kind of work on doing some things to, like, better my sleep. I used to always take a shower right before I went to bed, just to kind of, increase my body temperature before I went to sleep. I would just tend to sleep better, and that was, like, a pattern that I had done. So yeah, just like working on my sleep health is something that I want to work on. So the Nod Pod
Okay.
might be a little weighted eye mask, and I got my Calm sleep story, Matthew
Yes. Okay.
McConaughey on, like the whole nine.
Listen,
Any
whatever we could do to sleep better, I'm
yes,
in.
and anything you're wanting, anything on your list of that you
Well
feel like buying.
I mean, yes, a million things, but I'm like, where can I start? No, you know what I keep telling myself that I need, but it's something I need to stop doing, and I think I briefly brought it up to you. I back to, like, my whole workout and going to the park, and there's always something that happens at the park, but this week I caught myself doing something that I don't wanna do anymore, that I need to stop doing. And I don't know if this happens to you, but I say sorry a lot. Like, if I'm gonna ask a question or if I'm going to interrupt something or whatever, my initial thing is to be like, "Oh, sorry," and then I'll ask whatever it is, right? And this specific week, there's this one guy, he's done nothing to me, maybe he's a wonderful human being, but he freaks me out for some reason. He seems like he's very, like, he's unaware of his space. He just kinda walks in the middle, like, everybody at the park kinda walks. If you're going one way, you walk on the right. If you go the other way, you walk on the left. Like, everybody kind of respects
Like the
everybody's
standard.
space. Yes, and he's just I think, completely unaware, walks in the middle, has, and is talking on his phone and he has his hands up and whatever. And I was running and I couldn't like get around him. And then I went around him and I think I scared him and he turned around that it scared me. Like it looked like he didn't lunge at me. It wasn't like that, but he was like, I guess, taken by surprise. And I said I was sorry. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." And I'm like, when I thought about it later, I'm like, "What the fuck am I sorry for?" I was running
Yeah.
around him. I'm like, "I'm able to take up space." And I went down this like hole of like, why do so many of us feel the need to say we're sorry when we're going to take up space or when we're going to say something? Or, even if sometimes somebody will open the door for me and I'll be like, "Oh, sorry." What? Like, why would I say that? Like, what in me makes me feel that I have to say I'm sorry for that, for taking up space,
Yeah.
for like, and I
Walking
started
through a
to think
door.
about it. Walking through a door instead of just saying like thank you, I was like, "Oh, sorry." Why? That person decided to hold the door for me and I should just be able to say that. And I'm like, "What is it? What made me get to that place? Like why I don't want to do that anymore." And this thing with the guy when I was running, it really put things into perspective that that guy looked like he looks like he might be angry inside and might be a ticking time bomb. Again, he might be a very nice person, but
He's probably not.
he I don't think so either, but, like, he not lunged at me, but he went to, like, he lifted up his arms, and maybe it was just, like, a reflex, but I said I was sorry when I should have been like, "What the fuck are you doing? Get out of the way,
Yeah.
learn etiquette," and then I thought
Mhm.
about it after, and I was like, "Oh, we have to stop doing that." I don't know if that's, like, a woman thing. I don't know if
No,
that's
I think
I
it
don't know.
is. I think it's notoriously women, like, we need to feel like we have to apologize for the space that we're in, or, I do think it comes from, like, ultimately, back and not even in the day, and even in the current day of, like, women feeling like they need to be submissive to their partners and apologizing for doing things that, they may or may not have felt like was the right or the wrong thing in the moment, and I am equally as guilty of this, and it's and sometimes I even go out of my way to apologize for things to, to make the other person feel more comfortable, and and I find myself doing it or looking past something just to, it's, like, my own way of, like, pushing it away so I don't have to deal with it, but no, and it also comes from a scary place too because, like, what if you didn't say that? Like, not
Yeah,
saying
what
he
if
would
you would
do
have done
something to
something?
you. Yeah, but, like, what type of, like, retaliation, could someone have from that or a man? And I do think it comes from us, like, trying to, feel this way of, like, being submissive in a way that we have to, you know, have our space in society. It's
Right.
disgusting.
Yeah, but I said to myself, I'm going to make a conscious effort to not do that because you know what I noticed even the other day I was speaking to a reviewer from an insurance and he said something and then I'm like, "Sorry to bother you." And I'm like, that's your fucking job. I'm not bothering anyone. I am an equal asking someone else a question." And I already kind of like downgraded myself by saying,
Yeah.
"Sorry to bother you." And I'm like, "I'm not bothering him.
Mhm.
That's his job." And I've caught myself a couple times. I'm like, I've really got to change that narrative because I don't want to show that to my daughter. I don't want to make her
And
feel
And I'm wondering if there are in different instances of, other things that we can say because I'm sorry should be used in situations where you are apologetic for
right.
something and not
Correct.
not in it sh- it actually takes away of the meaning of the word. It's actually interesting we're talking about this phrase because my niece is here right now and
Hmm.
her they recently had to put their dog down and she's only 4, so she doesn't really understand all of that,
Yeah.
and she recently in the car, she goes, "Yeah, my dog died," is what she said to me, and I was like, "I know, I'm so sorry," and she goes, "Stop
What are you
saying
sorry
that.
for? Yeah.
People keep saying that to me." And then she's
Aw.
like, she goes, "Why do people say that to me?" And I was like and then I was like, "How do I explain this to her?" I'm like, "Well, when like an animal or a person dies, people say that because they really mean like I'm thinking of you." And it got me thinking, like, that's an interesting thing that we say. It's like when someone has died, like, I'm sorry
Right.
for your loss, like, I feel
Right.
bad for your loss." So I almost
Right.
wanted to be like, okay, another way I could say this that's, like, a little bit more understandable is, like, "I'm thinking of you, I'm sad
Right.
for you," or,
Right, right, right.
different things like that. So even in those instances of saying, like, in more of, like, in that case, like, saying, "Excuse me, I'm walking here," or, "On the left," or, like, whatever. But even that, like, just inserting yourself in space, I feel like we as women don't do that, right? Like, to
Right,
even just
right.
say, like, "Here I am taking up space." That's
Yep.
something that, like, it is uncomfortable for us to do, is to be forward in that because of society and the way that, I don't know, things have been. Do you feel that way
Right.
too?
I do, and I think in our field, maybe not as much because we're I would say like a women-led field, so I don't think I feel that often, but yes, I act very different with a male reviewer than versus a female reviewer. Like,
Mhm.
I think I can go toe to toe with a female versus like with a man. Automatically, I'm like, "Oh, he must have been a doctor for 50 years."
Yeah.
Like, who and I'm like, I don't wanna do that to myself because, they said did you tell me or was it someone else that said that women say a lot because we are trying to make more time for us to like be heard, or we don't
Uh-huh.
use it necessarily because we don't know what to say, but it's we're trying to prolong the amount of time, or there's something to it. I'm going to look it up so I can talk about it next time. But it was that we use these like words like and like, not because we don't know how to speak correctly, but it's because we're almost like, "Hey, we have the floor. Let me prolong the time that someone's
To
listening
make
to me."
sure
So,
I'm
yeah.
getting what I need to say out there. I mean,
So we
that
use
tracks.
we use these filler words because it's like, let me keep getting your attention. So I'm gonna look it up because I think it's worth talking about. But I thought about it a lot and I'm like, no, I'm not sorry. Or even what you just said, I'm sorry for your loss, or I'm sorry that you're
Mhm.
sad. But no, I'm not sorry. I didn't hurt your dog. I didn't kill your dog. I didn't, you know, I'm not bothering you. I'm just doing my job, or I'm just running
I'm
leisurely.
here
Like,
running too. You're running, there's no, and it's almost like we have to switch the way our brain thinks of these things and how we insert ourselves into society in this way. Because if not, like you said, you want to be showing your daughter how the way she needs to insert herself. Because if we don't, and that's what I say now, I have little nieces. I have a 10-year-old niece too. And I would much rather accept them being loud and fierce in the world than my own son, because I'm like, "Okay, you're a white male, like, you're gonna be just fine, bro. Like,
yeah.
you're move over," you know? But
Yeah.
for girls, they need to know that they should be able to speak their mind, say what they need to feel, take up space, be the person that they wanna be, and not feel like they need to be foreshadowed by anyone.
Yeah, I love that, and not be afraid to use our voice and, like you said, take up space. I really, really love that. That is what I need to do more. That's what I'm gonna promise myself that I'm going to do that more because
Yeah. I think
all
this week, like, let's all try to, in times where we would maybe apologize for something that, one, we don't really give a fuck about, let's try to
Mhm.
just say something else or don't say anything at all. And you said this before in a similar situation, like, no is a full sentence, and not saying no to something, but just nothing is also a full sentence. It doesn't have to be a response. You deserve that space just as much as that guy running does too. And
I feel like going to the park now and looking for him and pushing him. Just
run.
kidding.
Yeah, trip him. Whoops.
Sorry.
That's what Stan said.
See?
Whoops.
See? Look, sorry. And I'm like, "Sorry, tripped you." No, I'm just kidding. No, but yes,
Actually,
let's
you
take up
you
space.
say, "Sorry, not sorry, I meant to trip you," and
Yes, and then walk away and then run.
yeah. Run as fast as you can.
Yeah. No, but let's take up space this week. Let's use
Yes,
our
that's
voice.
our goal.
Let's
All of our listeners, take up space in whatever way you can. If your man is bothering you, tell him to shove it and pound sand.
Oh, but yes, I'll come up with some good stuff that I need to buy next week, but
Yeah.
that
Oh,
was
and
something.
also that might be something that we talk about. This week we'll talk about some things we can post, different things you can say instead of saying, I'm sorry. We can think about it in different situations, and I'm sure you'll have a good reel that we could talk about. And
Yeah.
we have 400 followers on Instagram.
Yay! So
Yay us!
exciting. Yay
So we
us
love
to see it
it.
grow.
No, we
So
love to
cool.
see it
Thank you
grow.
for
all of the engagement has been great. The messages we've gotten, people really resonated with our talk on body image and accepting their bodies in a bikini, and we both
Yes.
wore our bikinis. I
We
wore one
did.
today. I'm gonna wear one tomorrow. So, we love that, and we love when you guys engage with us, message the things that you've been buying and that you like, and you're thinking about things that we should be looking out because, I love a good shopping list. So send me the
We do.
store. I wanna buy some shit. So,
Agreed.
um,
And
that's it,
thank
I
you for
think.
listening. Thank you for
Yes,
listening.
thank you
Follow
guys,
us,
and
subscribe, share, do all the things.
yes, share all the things to all your friends, tell them to listen, and we love to have you guys, and we hope everyone has a wonderful, beautiful Sunday and or whenever you're listening to this, and have a great weekend and rest of the week.
Bye, guys. We love you.
Bye.